Alright guys, today I'm going to make a quick as possible video about the experience I had with this bike for more than 6 months so far. I used to ride naked bikes and sport bikes, and in one point of life you decide that you need something to just enjoy and explore, whether the road is dirt road or pavement. And because my last bike was Yamaha MT-07, I was looking for Yamaha Tenere T7, but in my opinion that bike is a bit overpriced, and in that moment this bike came out and they have everything, only good words for this bike, so I decided to get this one. The biggest concern I had in that moment was the power, because this is 450cc and I was thinking maybe I'm going to be short of power. So in this video I'm going to give every pros, every cons I had so far. I'm going to talk about power, comfort, and all the accessories this bike has. So now I'm going to make this static video of this bike, and then I'm going to speak while I'm riding on road, off road. So as I mentioned, I use this bike for traveling on and off road. When I said off road, I didn't use any technically challenging terrain. It's just a regular off-road with dirt and rocks. And so I'm going just to speak now about pros and then cons. So this bike for 6 months, no issues of course, because this is a brand new bike. What I found, this is just great bike for touring, for exploring. The power delivery is great, maybe because it's a twin engine with 270 degrees cranks. The mid-range is great, what I like. So far I had no issues about the power delivery, even though I said this is a 450 bike. The power delivery is great, and the feature of this bike is also excellent. What I like about this bike is the ergonomic and the comfort. I'm 173 centimeters tall, and this bike fits me perfectly. I'm not cramped, and everything is just great for commuting about approximately 300 kilometers per day. This bike is excellent. After that, of course, you will have to rest. It's not just a regular touring bike. So now about features. So this bike has a TFT dash with a lot of information on it. You have two backgrounds for this display. What I like is connectivity. As you can see here, I can connect my phone, my helmet, my communication, all the my contacts from my phones are there. I can call from the TFT directly. I don't have to press anything on my communication or my cell phone, and all the information about the motorcycle you have here. So that's a great thing. Another great thing I found, it's this windscreen. It's adjustable on the go. It's very simple. One drawback from this windscreen, only 10 centimeters. If this windscreen was a bit bigger, it would be just great. In terms of clutch, very light and responsive clutch. What I like here, you have adjustment knobs on the clutch and on the brake lever, which is great. So you can adjust it according to you. The windscreens are great size, and what has surprised me the most is there is no vibration on it while I'm driving. Also, if you are hardcore off-roader, you can move these windscreens in so you don't break it. Great option. Another great thing is that every lever is foldable, so if you fall, it won't break down. It will just collapse like this. This box I get from Temu, and it fits perfectly, no issue whatsoever. The sound of this motorcycle is great. You will hear in the video. This is stock exhaust, and I probably won't change it at all. So as I mentioned, the levers are collapsible. You have a back plate down there. It's probably thin for any hard off-road, but for medium it's just great. The brakes you have in front, just one disc, one rotor, but the braking is great. You have ABS on both sides, both wheels. So far I have no complaints about braking. So I said a lot of good about this bike, but as any other motorcycle, there is something that should be improved or can be improved to be just slightly better. On this motorcycle, what I found the most annoying thing is throttle response. It's a jerky throttle when you're driving, so it's probably the mapping is not right, but you can slightly fix it. So I have a small amount of free play here. When I do that, it's much better. If you have more free play, you will feel it even more. Now maybe I don't feel it as much, or I don't feel it at all when I'm driving, but after some update I think they will fix this thing. Also, the downside, you have full LED system here and lights, the turn signal and all, but I hate this LED lights. It's not just on this motorcycle, even on every motorcycle you will see in the dark. The light beam is great, it's strong, but it's like square. Here we can see how the lights project. The yellow dots shows the original position when we are neutral, and now when we lean we can see the red dots. So you can see how many lights do you lose when you lean on angle. So that's because of the LED lights is they send beam very linear, very strict. So you can see how many lights you lose when you lean in a corner. So now we start riding this motorcycle and explaining everything I said so far. Driving on road, this is a very pleasant bike to be in. It soaks bumps nicely, but I must say for my weight, 73 kilos, I think the suspension is a bit on the hard side, but it can be easily fixed because you have fully adjustable suspension. Now you hear the difference between when the windscreen is all the way down and when we raise it, how less wind do we get affected of. Now, as you can see, we are cruising between 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. It's a great cruising speed. You will be between 5 and 6,000 RPM. The engine works very smoothly, and for me it's a great, maybe the best speed to cruise on. Now when we speak about cruising on a highway, we are cruising on 125 kilometers per hour and we are reaching 7,500 RPM, which is not ideal, but cruising between 120 to 130, it's, I would say, optimal for this bike. If you would like to cruise on a highway, you can upgrade this bike by replacing your front sprocket. The original one has 14 teeth, just put one with 15 teeth and you will get approximately 1000 RPM more to use. Or if you have a lot of highway, it's definitely best thing to avoid buying this bike and get yourself something stronger. As I mentioned before, the mirrors provide great visibility and also almost zero vibration on them, so that's a great feature. Here we are going to test some acceleration. We are in 4th gear, open the throttle, and you can see the bike picks up speed very quickly. So the power delivery, as I mentioned, is pretty much great for this size of the bike. Now we will try from 0 to 100 in approximately 90% of the power I can open the throttle all the way up. Now we will speak about agility and the handling of this bike. It feels very light when you're driving. As you can see, cornering or twisty roads fits perfect for this bike. I had no issues whatsoever on a twisty roads. The tires are stock tires. It's CST, it's Chinese brand. When it's dry, I found these tires very nice. They had a lot of traction, but when on wet conditions, especially off-road, I didn't find these tires very satisfying, or I would say encouraging. Maybe it should be better to change the tires, but on a dry conditions, the tires do their job perfectly. Now we should speak about some off-road capabilities. I found suspension is great, doing great job. I didn't use it for any technical challenging terrain. Bike feels light, feels nimble, especially for us who are beginners in off-road world, I would say. Uh, Especially in comparing with the full-size ADV bikes. If you don't have a lot of experience off-road, you should definitely avoid full-size ADV bike, because it's too heavy and you feel every kilogram on this gravel road. Now I will speak something about when you stand up. The standing up is pretty comfortable position. It provides security because you have wide handlebars. You feel comfortable. I think that standing position is pretty much great on this bike. One also great feature, this bike has a dedicated tester to turn on and off ABS and traction control, which is great, and you don't even have to stop the bike to turn the traction control off. You can do it on fly, on the go. That's a great feature. But definitely the best thing on this bike is its stock exhaust sound. It's great, it's loud, it has a rumble, so you can hear it on this video. That brings us to the end of this video and make our final conclusion on this motorcycle. Should we consider it? Who should consider it? What's good, what's bad, and so on. Now, should you consider buying this motorcycle? That's definitely yes. Whether you are a beginner or you are intermediate rider, whether this is your first bike or second or third bike. As I told you before, the power delivery is great. You can use this power, which is maybe more important than if you had like a 1000cc motorcycle, that you cannot use that power uh, because of the lack of the skills or the road conditions. You can use this motorcycle on road, you can use it off-road, for exploring, for traveling, for commuting. I think the bike is exceptionally great in every perspective. The fuel economy is great. It uses 4.5 liter per 100 kilometers. The shift lever, the gear selector lever, it's great. It's very light, very responsive. Brakes, also great. Visibility, comfort. I would say everything is pretty much on high standard, except for, as I told you before, the throttle response, which you can deal with it if you just free play, just adjust the free play according to you. The lighting condition, that's a downside for almost every new motorcycle when they use LED lights. And so far, for 6 months, more than 6 months, I didn't notice anything that should be a turn off for buying this motorcycle. In comparison of my previous Yamaha, I wouldn't say this bike is built any differently because of the Chinese bike. It's like that's flimsy or something rattling on the bike. There is no vibration, no rattle. Everything feels very sturdy, feels very like quality parts. I cannot find anything plasticky on touch, on feel. So all in all, great bike. And should I recommend this? Definitely yes. If you have any questions regarding this motorcycle, you can comment me in a comment section below. And of course, thank you for watching this video.